What's that, Agumon? DigiBros are going to Nats? Red best deck? Let's get it! What's up, guys? It's Noah here from the DigiBros, and in today's video we're going to be showcasing off my top 4 regional deck lists that I took to the Carta Magika regional yesterday. It was an absolute ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck list. Alright guys, so this is my Agumon Bond of Bravery deck that I took to the Carta Magika regionals yesterday on December the 11th. I took this deck to 4th place, going 7-1, playing against all kinds of decks, mostly being 3 Musketeers. I did play against 3 Musketeers yesterday, and 1 Black Royal Knight, and 1 Jessamon, and 2 Agumon Bond of Friendship. So this is the deck I took 7-1 with. So starting off, we do have the 4 copies of the Agumon Bond of Bravery. Absolutely disgusting card. When attacking, if you have a tamer, delete one of your opponent's Digimon 13,000 or less DP. And then once per turn, whenever one of your opponent's Digimon is deleted, you can trash the top card of security. So if your opponent only has 1 security left, you're able to swing, delete one of their Digimon, trash that top card, and he will be able to swing for a game. And just being able to evolve him on top of your level 3 Agumons with the effect of tie, absolutely disgusting card. Even though he is the boss monster of the deck, there were plenty of games where I didn't even go into him. So moving on, we do have 2 copies of the Digimon. Digimon is okay. It's not the best card. It did save me 1 game against 3 Musketeers, but most of the time I either didn't play it or it was in security. And being a 10k body in security is good against like the fellow Bond deck, so that way it's able to like delete the opponent's Digimon whenever they are swinging. So moving on to the absolute best card in the deck, we do have 4 copies of the promo Greymon. This has the security tech +1 if there is an Agumon under him as its evolution source. This card, he did really good yesterday. It lived every single one of its +1 checks, because with the Demi Miramon and the promo Agumon, he does get up to 8k. So he was able to do really good against the Bond decks, because he's able to do security tech +1, and then if they do evolve into Bond, they trash another 2, so you only need to swing twice. And like I said earlier, if you do have the Bond of Bravery, being able to delete one of your opponent's Digimon, trash that last card, and then go for a game. Card really crucial in keeping up tempo and pace with the other decks today. Really good card. So moving on to the second best card of the deck, we do have 2, 3, 4 copies of the Agumon. Card absolutely disgusting. The amount of times I went Agumon for game, the amount of times I went 2 Agumon for game, being able to hit their last security and then being able to evolve, put another one to swing for game, absolutely disgusting. 4 copies is a must. You might even want to try Burning Greymon. Just being able to evolve over your tamers was absolutely disgusting. Agumon, like I said, second best card in the deck, followed by the Greymon, and with the third probably being the Bond of Bravery. So I am also playing 2 copies of the Cordraman. This is where we get a little more spicier. I chose Cordraman because I wanted something that was more reactive during my opponent's turn against the fellow Bond decks, being able to block the Greymons, or being able to block the rookies from the Gabu Bond deck, being able to swing. It's just really good, and it can also dodge the deletion effect from the Bao, Augmon, and the Jessamon matchup. Really solid card all day today. And moving on to some more spice, we do got 2 copies of the BT4 Great Legends Geo Greymon. Geo Greymon says you can DigiBros 2 to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 or less DP. It's really good against, like I said, the Gabumon matchup, so that way they like play like rookies, you can evolve him, being able to delete the rookies, and if they like swung with like a jamming Vmon, you can attack over the Vmon and then use his effect to delete their other Digimon. And also against 3 Musketeers, they'd be hard casting their Deputymons, who does have the 4,000 DP and is able to be deleted by the Geo Greymon. This card was absolutely good all day today. And he is a Greymon, so he would get the +2k boost from this Agumon right here, who has inheritable. If this is a Greymon, it gets +2,000 during your turn. So it will put both the Geo Greymon and the regular Greymon up to 8k, swinging into security. Card's absolutely disgusting. The best Agumon we have in the deck by far. Up next, we do have 4 copies of the Agumon. This one gives your Agumon security attack +1. Then he has the turn during all turns. Once per turn, when you play a tamer with tie in its name, you get to gain a memory. There was one game where I had 2 of these on the field, and my opponent attacked and security hit a tie, and I was able to gain 2 memory and push it back to my side. Marcus put me into 3, and I was able to win the game from there. So his main effect does come up a decent amount, and it can win you games if you do have ties in your security. So moving on, we do have 3 copies of the on-play search tamer Agumon. You crank the top 5, add a tamer amongst them to your end. So really you're looking for the tie, because if you don't open tie, you want to get a tie. This can also help you grab Marcus if you do already have a tie, or you can grab additional ties. It's pretty solid all around today. Not the best Agumon, especially if he's the only one you have in your hand, because it sucks to evolve him as opposed to hard playing him. So it's not that bad. Moving on, we do have 2 copies of the Agumon Expert. He's really cool because he can add back the Bond of Bravery from your trash to your hand, because it says a Digimon with Agumon in its name. So he's able to add back himself and Bond of Bravery. I did add back the Bond of Bravery once today, and so that way I could be able to swing for a game using the Bond of Bravery. But most of the time you're getting back either the one that gives you security attack +1 if you do have the Bond, or the +2000. And for our last Agumon that we played, we do have 2 copies of the 2 to play, 1 to evolve Agumon. This card was actually a lot better than I thought it was. A couple reasons. It does have that 4000 DP, and if you do have it under the, if you have the Demi-Meramon under him, he will be 5000. It's actually living a lot of checks in this format, because we do have the Bond decks running around. Most of them are going to be 3000 or lower rookies, and him just being able to survive that is really crucial. And they also, rookies can't attack over him, which is really cool, because a lot of them do have that 2000 or 1000 DP. So that was really cool. And also his 1 to evolve at first I thought wasn't great, but being able to evolve him for 1, memory choke your opponent, and then they play their tie or mat, push you back 2, then you can play your own tie to memory choke them right back. I don't know, he just came up, and having that 2 to play from hand, also being able to help choke the memory. This card was really solid today. So that's going to be our Digimon line. Moving on to our Tamers, we do have 4 copies of the tie. This tie is absolutely disgusting. It gives you +1 memory and a draw whenever you move a Greymon or Agumon from the raising area to the battle area. That alone is disgusting, especially if you got multiple of them up. One of my games yesterday, I had 3 ties up, so I was able to move my Agumon from the raising area to the battle area, and I had the Marcus up as well. So I was able to start my turn with 6 memory and drawing 3 additional cards. He also allows your Agumons to evolve into the Bond of Bravery, paying evolution cost of 3 and trashing the top 2 cards of your security. So with tie, he does delete the Agumon at the end of the turn if you have 1 or more security, but he does check that whenever you evolve. So if you evolve into Bond of Bravery, trash the last 2, and you play like your Holy Dramon in order to get the recovery, then it won't get deleted, because it checks if you have no security whenever you evolve and not at the end of the turn. So that's really cool thing about tie. That didn't come up yesterday, but it is a cool thing that it can do. So we also got 2 copies of the Marcus to round off our Tamers. Marcus is a memory tamer, and whenever one of your Greymons attacks, you can suspend it to gain a memory. So whenever either your Geo Greymon or your security attack +1 Greymon attacks, you can suspend this, gain a memory. Just really good at memory control, like I said, starting you off with 3 and being able to gain additional memory so you can do more plays with. So that's going to wrap up our Tamers. So the remaining of our deck is going to be option cards. I guess you could call this more of a security control build. I do play a ton of option cards. Starting off, we do have 4 copies of the Gaia Force. Gaia Force, absolutely disgusting card. Delete when your opponent's Digimon. I wanted to play a bunch of option cards. I wanted to play a bunch of kill spells rather than, because I wanted to guarantee they'd be in security. Because like I said, the Bond decks are like really scary. Agumon being able to swing 3 times, if you're able to have something like a Gaia Force in security, able to delete it on the first or second check, you're going to be doing better. And the amount of times I played Gaia Force to delete Gundramons and Billstarmons today, because they just heart cast them, give you a ton of memory. You could play this a lot of times, it wouldn't even pass your turn. So being able to get Gundramons off the field and hit that security attack +1 with the Greymon, disgusting. So I do have 4 copies of the Happy Bullet Showering as well. This is a new card out of Double Diamond BT6. So this is, if your opponent only has one Digimon, this is a 7-cost Sky Force, which is disgusting. And like I said, a lot of the Bond decks, especially the Agumon, a lot of their lower level Digimon have the 2000 DP threshold. So this can delete multiple Digimon if you are against those matchups. And it was actually my last game. We're in game 3 of my last match yesterday. We were round 8, where my opponent I was playing against 3 Musketeers. And he had a Magna Kidmon on the field and a Billstarmon on the field. He swung Security Attack +1 with the Magna Kidmon. And the first deck was the Happy Bullet Showering, being able to destroy it. And the Billstarmon at the same time was absolutely disgusting. Really good card today. Like I said, if your opponent only has one Digimon on the field, it's just a 7-cost Gaia Force. Moving on, I played 1 copy of the Trident Revolver. It deletes when your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less, and then you can play a Tamer from hand. We do play 6 Tamers. This is actually the one card in my deck I didn't see at all yesterday. I didn't see in Security. I never drew it at all. So in the future, I might want to swap it out for another card I'll talk about here soon. But in theory, it's good because you can pop one of their Digimon and then play a Tamer from hand. I just never saw it. So moving on, we do have 1 copy of the Red Reamer. Red Reamer is a 4-cost that lets you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 or less DP. Really good at hitting like rookies and the Deputymon, just for that 4-cost. So if you have like your Marcus up, you're able to play this and memory check your opponent while deleting their Digimon. The card was really solid. Might want to swap out the Trident Revolver for another one of this, or swap the Trident Revolver out for another one of the Gravity Crush, because this card was absolutely disgusting. It says gain 2 memory at the end of the turn, lose 2 memory. We don't care about that because we're going for game anytime we're playing the Gravity Crush. The amount of times I played Gravity Crush and then went to the Gudimon to go for game was disgusting. Like I said, there were times where if I was thinking I needed multiples, but the one got in there. So in the future, I might want to swap out the Trident Revolver for a 2nd copy of the Gravity Crush, because this card was just absolutely insane all day today. Well, that's going to wrap up our main deck. So moving on to the eggs, we do have 4 copies. The Demi Miramon gives plus 1,000 to your Digimon when attacking. So if you do have that under your Greymon, he'll be at 6k, and if you got the promo Agumon, he'll be up to 8k attacking security. And this can also boost up your Agumon Bond by extra 1,000, so that way he can live security checks against fellow bonds that are in security, whether it be the Agumon or the Gabumon. And the 5th and final egg we were playing today was one of the BT5 Koromon. When one of your Greymon's attacks, it draws a card. So whether that be your security attack +1 Greymon or your Geo Greymon. The only times I remember having him under one of my Greymons was the Geo Greymon. I just Digiburst off to delete my opponent's Digimon. Once again, I am Noah from the DigiBros, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so that way you can get notified of future Digimon related videos. And if you aren't already a member of our Discord, check out the link in the description below. It's a ton of fun, great people there, and we'll catch you guys next time.